Hello, my fellow becoming woman. Today is the 7th of October 2025, and on this voice log, I would like to talk to you about the full moon, which was officially on the 6th of October yesterday, but we are still in full moon energy. It lasts longer than just a day. And the reason why I want to talk about is because it is such a powerful symbol. I don't want to talk about astrology in relation to the moon. I would like to invite you to see the moon and its cycle as a metaphor that brings a symbolic guidance into our lives, leading ourselves and our lives through phases. It's all about the idea that everything is just a phase, that we keep moving into new phases, new chapters, new unfoldings all the time in our lives. We have ups and we have downs, and this cycle is always on, even when we go through hard times and it feels like it's going forever and it never ends. It's not forever. It will turn. It is just a phase, and we can find reassurance in that and peace in that. But equally, when we are in the upward cycle, the joy, the happiness, the success of that moment, it's also not forever. It is a phase. So when we are in that upward cycle, it is important that we take advantage of it. And by that I mean we savor it, acknowledge it, claim it, celebrate it, being in that phase. Fully own that happiness that we have it. It belongs to us. We deserve it. So my invitation is to see the moon and its cycle as a guiding metaphor for how ourselves and our lives unfold. It is a tool to help us to be in charge of our own story and be the writer. Help us that life don't just happen to us, but happens for us. When something happens that is so challenging and rips the thread out of our lives, out of our hands, we can wind it back. We can retrace our steps through the phases. The moon cycle overall helps us to remember that everything is just a phase. And the full moon as a phase gives us to put things into a specific perspective. Each phase of the moon gives us a specific perspective, but today let's talk about the full moon because we are in that energy. And we are using its symbolism to help us to raise questions and reflect on our lives so that we can move forward in a more empowered way with more clarity in our unfoldings. So I would like to share with you 3 aspects of the full moon that we can use as a guidance to reach a perspective of ourselves and our lives. So one aspect of this phase is about fullness, asking us to evaluate how fulfilled we feel. And maybe it is a good idea to look at each area of our lives separately. And I talk about the wheel of life in the previous voice log if you want to have some help with that. So this aspect of the full moon is about the fullness. What fullness, feeling full or fulfilled actually means to us, means to you. Have you ever defined for yourself what being fulfilled means? What does it look like? How does it feel? What does this word mean to you, if anything? Being full, being fulfilled. It's so important to have our own meaning so that we can see how it happens in our life, if it's there. The second aspect is the two-sidedness of the moon. One is always hidden, and the other is fully visible to us at full moon. And the second aspect is leading us to investigate our fullness, our fulfilledness deeper. Because the other side of this question is, where do we feel not fulfilled? Where do we even ignore our need for feeling fulfilled? Is there any hidden aspect of ourselves that needs to come to the light, to the visible side of the moon? Do we hide a need, an unfulfilled desire that we have? The second aspect of two-sidedness of the moon also gives us an edge of playfulness, lightness, because we are called to recognize that everything has two sides. Nothing is just bad or hard or challenging. Everything has an upside. But we have to be willing to see it, willing to go to the other side of the moon. We can't just stay on the surface level, but we get much more out of our lives if we are willing to move between the unseen and the seen. The best thing is that it is our choice. We don't have to go deeper, but we can. Because the third aspect of the full moon I want to share, and of course, I could give you so much more insight and guidance from this symbol, but I want to keep it short and doable because I would love if you don't just listen to it, but use this guidance. So the third aspect is about completion. When the moon reaches this phase, it becomes full, it becomes complete, it completes something, it completes a phase. And I would like you to listen to this language that we can create about the full moon, because it's not just me giving you these questions, but I want you to imagine and see this full moon and see this completion and play with this story and see how it is giving you a perspective to look at your life from a different perspective. So the full moon is calling us to see what is complete in ourselves, what is finished, what is done. Are there anything in your life that you are done with and no more? Are you willing to complete it and let it go and make this statement that it is done, that you are done? Is there anything that has come to fruition and all is left to celebrate? Because it's done, because you deserve it, because you want to feel it and acknowledge it, how far you've come. And equally, at full moon, we can recognize what is not complete and need a few more phases before you can get there. Where do you feel something is amiss in your life, in yourself? Full moon is that phase of arriving to a moment of completion, so you can ask yourself, how far have you got? Where are you at right now? What is you want to take further? What is that you want to let go? And you can play around with the aspect of fullness more with reflective questions like, what part, aspect of you or your life is full of love, full of hope, full of shit, full of questions, full of motivation, or full of clarity, creativity? What kind of fullnesses are there? These are the 3 symbolic guidance that I wanted to share with you about this phase of the moon, and I really do hope you are inspired to use this as a guidance for your own unfolding, or whatever is unfolding is happening right now in your life. The moon cycle really is a powerful tool to lead ourselves in our own story as it moves from page to page, from phase to phase. Just like the moon, we are keep moving from phases to phases. And it's great to recognize this. It brings so much empowerment and clarity when we are taking everything phase by phase, chapter by chapter, step by step. And if you would like some more help from me in your journey of becoming, I have a wonderful guided journal that is a simple, intuitive 8-step process that is in just a few minutes each day will help you to detangle your thoughts, emotions, circumstances, and energy so you can see yourself clearly and meet the woman you are becoming. Whether you are seeking grounding, clarity, or your next inspired step, this journal is a sacred companion, guiding you back to your center and forward into your evolution. It is called the Daily Dose of Soul Awareness, and you can find it on Amazon.com or Amazon.co.uk. I will put the link to the journal into the description of this voice log, and you can also find the links on my Substack page on the top where the links are. And this is it. This is the voice log of our unfolding, of our becoming for today. If you like this episode, please do share your insights or your questions in the comment. I would love to hear about your becoming. Please subscribe to my Substack page. I would love to connect with you. Much love, as always, from Diana.